To all the champions, do you dare to stand here? Represent your team. Represent your school. Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now.
Hello everyone and welcome to day 3 of the AUBL, the Asian University Basketball League, right here in Hangzhou, China. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, alongside Taylor Chen, in what is turning out to be the business end of the competition, because this is day 3. Don't forget, tomorrow is day 4, and tomorrow is when everybody takes a rest to recharge, recover, and go again, hopefully to make the final stage of this tournament. But not everybody can get to that business end of this tournament. Very, very shortly, it will be the Nippon Sports Science University taking on the team from Chinese Taipei, NCCU. And both teams desperately need a victory. Taylor Chen.
Well, I mean, we saw an exciting game, or a very interesting game, as we should be very honest to put it in that way. First game of yesterday, Zhengzhou University and Etudiant, it was we didn't really get a good rhythm throughout the entirety of the game, and then every single quarter they gradually scored more and more throughout, but then Etudiant just came out explosive with their star player number 20 coming through the gate, scoring 18 points in that single quarter. So we'll see how they fare in today's matchup. I mean, Group D is they're all around the same size. Nippon Sports Science University, they do have a foreign student, while the other side, since it does have their 2 bigs, they both got fouled out last time, so they got to be careful.
Well, I was just about to say that doesn't mean you have bigs, doesn't mean you will bring consistent power throughout your game. Yes, the bigs add a very, very, simple dimension, which is usually rebounds, blocks, and all of the above in terms of defensive and offensive attack in the paint, but not necessarily mobility. The Nippon Sports Science University Japan teams are all about mobility. They're all about cut, backdoor cuts, motion, and also movement without the ball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they counterplay against Zhengzhou University. We noticed that they're, besides the 2 foreign players, they're not the biggest guys either, but they're super physical. I mean, we saw a really gnarly elbow to the face for, again, another key player from Etudiant University. So we'll see how they handle the the physicality. I mean, they have crossed paths before. They have participated in the World University Basketball competition out in Japan last weekend. So it'll be interesting to see a crossover once again.
That's right. So don't forget, everyone, we have got a full pack schedule as usual, just like day 1 and day 2. We've got our first game starting at 11:30 p.m., second game a little bit later at about 2, and then after that we've got 5, and we've got 1 game in the evening before we call it a day. So join us and also tag us on our social media as well. If you like the stuff that you're watching, please just tag on the Instagram AUBL, and also feel free to collaborate with us as well, and also make sure you follow it. That is the most important thing. Taylor Chen, what other games are you looking forward to today?
Well, we have a couple of groups where we have the domestic teams going head-to-head against each other. So they are pretty familiar with each other. You know, we got the Northwestern Kings, Northeastern Kings out in mainland China. So that'll be interesting. And we have the different order of group play. So we have Group D first, I believe A. But anyways, different orders, but it'll be interesting to see the mainland Chinese teams play against each other.
Well, that's our time for a quick breather. But when we come back, it will be team announcements. And then we'll start this game between NCCU and Nippon Sports Science University. Catch you soon.
Please, team to bench, please. 女士们、先生们，欢迎各位来到滨江体育馆观看第3个比赛日首场的比赛。接下来将要为大家介绍双方运动员及教练员。Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our games. Now introduce the player and coach of both teams. 接下来为大家介绍双方队员及教练员。首先介绍白色队服。The first introduce Team NCCU 政治大学 Number 2 2号徐德奇 Number 5 5号陈俊伟 Number 6 6号谢云达 Number 8 8号王伟佳 Number 9 9号林恩宇 Number 10 10号宋希浩 Number 12 12号林子浩Number 13 13号潘立成 Number 23 23号吴志凯 Number 34 34号 Mustafa Number 47 47号傅俊尧 Number 15 50号队员 Boca 政治大学主教练 Head Coach 陈子威助理教练 Assistant Coach 范耿翔，掌声欢迎政治大学 Let's welcome Team NCCU. And now, ladies and gentlemen, introduce the team Nippon Sport Science University. 介绍日本大学 Net 3 3号 Uda Ziu Number 5 5号 Kakakuchi Haruki. Number 2 Number 6 Yoshida Doki. Number 10 10号 Suda Liuzai. Number 11 11号 Yamaguchi Ashi. Number 14 14号 Dai Misaki. Number 15 15号 Chef Sharp. Number 21 21号 Tsukioka Hikaru. Number 35 35号 Oi Yuru. Number 41 41号 Ishikawa Shutaro. Number 45 45号 Asada Keiji. Number 42 52号 Uda Kinta. 日本第一战的主教练 Head Coach Fujita Masahiro. 助理教练 Assistant Coach Louis Hino. 掌声欢迎日本体育大学。
Thank you very much, Frank, for walking us through the usual proceedings of announcing the players. That's a really, really big job that the Master of Ceremonies courtside announcer has for this tournament, doing it in 2 languages, which is English and Mandarin Chinese. If you're just joining us for the very first time today, everyone, you're about to watch the Nippon Sports Science University of Tokyo, Japan, taking on NCCU from Chinese Taipei. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, and Taylor Chen, your 2 commentators for this tournament. And it has been a privilege. We are over 3 minutes away from tip-off. Starting 5 should be coming in very, very soon, but it's going to be a great game. And word in that Sa Sheha gets the start for Nippon Sports Science University. Those are 3 referees: Chief Referee Julian Scott, Oliver Angales, Siu Yu Feng, and multinational referees from the PBA, from the NBA G League, and also our local referees as well, which is fantastic growth learning experience. Taylor Chen, what is your expectation? No right or wrong answer for this game.
Well, Tsinghua University has a tall task ahead of us, but do you want to list off the starting 5 first?
Sure, wait. Xiao Di Chi, Wang Weijia, Sung Sin Hao, Wu Jiawai, and Mahmoudou Mustafa Ndoye. That is for the NCCU team. And for the Nippon Sports Science University team, Toki Yoshida, Ryusei Hayata, the game captain, Sa Sheha, as I was talking about earlier, Hakaru Tsukiyoka, and Shotaro Ishikawa. So back to the question, Tay. What's your expectation?
Well, you know, I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern with the Japanese teams that they do have very strong two-man guard rotations. So that's including Nippon Sports University. As we were looking at the first two starters, 21 and 41, Tsukioka as well as Ishikawa, both scored in the 20s the other day. So let's see how Chunzu University will counterattack with those two very, they're not big, again, big guards, but they're very, very fast and very great at making plays. They're playmakers, and you know they're always on their feet, as we always give Japan credit for.
No, they are very mobile. They're very quick in sticking to their strengths. But again, they have to change it up and make some adjustments and go according to who they play. Because right now, as you said this a few times yesterday, and it was so correct, is that as we get to the business end, you can't just stick to your game plan. You have to adjust, and you have to adjust to how the other team is, especially if the other team is like the University of Beijing, big and monstrous and very powerful. How do you adapt to that? Well, you know, do you have the key players to, you know, certain key matchups and all of the above?
Yeah, I mean, it's about, you know, when it comes to playing with sizable players such as Peking University student athletes, it's about finding the gaps and, you know, always playing motion and always keeping the ball moving and your feet moving as well, as we're seeing Nippon Sports University students getting ready on the court.
We're about to get ready and go. We are over 30 seconds away. One starting five is already on the court. One starting five, well, they're just taking their time. The referee has not blown it down as yet, but Julian Scott will say, come on, boys, get going. We want to get this show on the road. Taylor Chen will be focusing on the NCCU team from Chinese Taipei, the team that's on the screen right now. In terms of the play, I'll be focusing on the Nippon Sports Science University team from Tokyo, the boys in blue for today. Let's enjoy this game, everyone. It's been fantastic. No complaints. And referees in check. Ready to jump it up. It's going to be Sa Sheha up against Mahmadou. Mahmadou wins the tip.
First possession goes to Chunzu University. And we're seeing the same starting five lineup for Chunzu, choosing to have Ndoye on the starting five. Again, the foreign players, they got a watchful eye over them from the foreign referees as they get a third chance opportunity. There's a kick out as we reset. Driving in, waiting for it. Too short, couldn't close it out. Ndoye 2-1. Ambushed by Shaka.
Good defense by Nippon Sports Science. They go for the three. Oh, great start by Toki Yoshida, who lands the triple in the tin. And all of a sudden, they're up 3-0 defense. Great defense that led to offense.
Yeah, Nippon Sports University, they were packing the paint and they were quite effective in Chunzu's possession there. And Xiao Song, here he comes from the left, pulls up for the long two and hits the bank for the check. And the check is good.
Good response by Sin Hao, bringing it up, working on his opponent, off the bounce pass, protecting from outside the perimeter, looking for the cutters, looking for the motion. There it is. Runs him off the three-point line, takes the shot, and that will be very short outlet. Here they go.
We start up, coming from the left. Again, Xiao Song at the helm. Key player for the starting five lineup. And with 7 seconds left to go, he makes a bucket from the top.
Hao Cho, what a nice shot. And Nippon Sports Science on the back foot after hitting that big triple earlier. Very small lineup they've got compared to their opponent, but they take it with a finger roll to the tin. Nicely done by Hakaru Tsukiyoka, the captain.
We're going to probably see Chunzu University slowly easing their way into it. They're in no rush to, you know, get the intensity level jacked up a couple of notches. Again, they got to preserve their energy up against Nippon, as we see Xiao Song curling in and a fancy pocket pass from the key. Ndoye's long two does not fall.
Good rebound by Sheha. Goes for another three. Hits it. Gambate. 2 3-pointers already in this period, and that was hit by Yoshida.
Yeah, great dish and swish from Nippon's side with a short lead, and that is going to be a foul call on the men in blue. Looks to be number 10, Ryusie Hayata. As we take a look at the contact made. Shot clock is set at 14 seconds. That's going to be Nippon's first team foul. And we see Bobakar logging into the game. And Xiaosong rejects the screen. There's a bait and switch. No good on the three.
Good rebound by the smaller Nippon Sports Science. Look at that speed, like flash, out. Tries to go in the lane or turns it over.
So right idea pass, trying to find Shaka with the drive downhill. Unfortunately, Bobakar is just too big. And here's a quick shot, no good. And Nippon will get the rebound.
They will be very, very reliant on Sheha for those defensive boards. And that's okay, but, you know, can you rely on him for 4 quarters? You'll be gassed. Sheha, fade away. Ooh, couldn't connect.
Yeah, too bad. Around and out. Again, we don't see that many bigs making those long twos, but we like to see the attempt, though.
Yeah, love the effort.
Ooh, Bobakar up against Shaka, drawing a foul. He'll be at the line. Bobakar has not only the size, he has the experience. Bobakar is a junior, while Shaka, on the other hand, he's only a freshman for Nippon Sports University.
It's got 2 points. Sorry, Sung's got 2 points tonight thus far. 1 of 1 from the field.
Bobakar and Ndoye, both from Senegal. Zhengzhou oftentimes using that particular country as a pipeline to sign their foreign players.
It is a good place to get some bigs and, you know, guys who really want to travel the world and improve themselves in terms of education.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have even the NBA investing in that region. They did start their academy back in 2018.
Yeah, and in Malaysia, a lot of people from Senegal coming over to study for an overseas education, and they fit quite well into Malaysia. They're quite friendly. In the lane, up and one! He gets the bucket and the bang. This man is on fire. Ryusie Hayata, the game captain, just drove through the lane, pierced the defense, put it up over 2 big plays and say, arigato.
Now, you see there, number 23, Wu Zikai, getting a little bit, got too much sticky fingers, made too much contact on Hayata.
Converts the 3-point play for Hayata, so they lead by 5.
Long pass, and here comes Shudasi. And the tap in by Bobakar.
Nice tip. Oh, turnover.
There we go, back to Zhengzhou it goes. There's a turnover for Nippon, and there's a jumper. And that one's good for Song Xinghao.
They're on a 4-0 run. They just hit them with a 4-0 run to trim it down to 1 point. Great, great hustle. And this is where the transition and the ball protection is so, so important for Nippon Sports. And they lob. I thought that was a lob, but it was a lob come float, and it went in.
Yeah, they make it work. And you know what? A quick answer back to Nippon, so credit goes to them. And swinging it to the wing, there is Shudasi. And he's going to set the tone, and from the parking lot, 4-3, it's good, nothing but nylon.
That was a great, great basket for the splashdown 3, and it's all even in Hangzhou. Nippon Sports Science trying to find a way to penetrate. A screen would be handy. They are quite reliant on the jumper. Drives to the rack and couldn't get it to go.
Good defense for Zhengzhou University. This time they're keeping a sharp eye on their head captain Hayata. There's Bobakar going ISO, playing bully ball up against Shaka, and he is too small for number 50.
Yep, that is Sheha found that size of Bobakar, like trying to defend a tank and a tractor put together. So that'll be an interesting battle as we evolve in this game. Handoff. Takes another 3 off target.
Yeah, Shika's going to have a lot of work cut out for him. I mean, you have these two foreign students that are very interchangeable between Bobakar as well as Ndoye. So we'll see how Shika fares throughout every single quarter. Nippon's going to heavily rely on the foreign student big, but bad fumble to the ball. Back to Nippon it goes.
Almost turned it over there. Got to get it over half court, boys. The referees are counting. Good job. Past the logo, up top, off the cross. Bounce pass. Can he make wasabi sauce? He can.
Just a second too slow. Had you been a little bit faster on closing out, he could have gotten the bucket. As here's the catch and shoot. Oh, out of bounds and still. It is Nippon's ball.
Nippon Sports Science ball. I don't blame you, Taylor. I thought that was a 50-50 call. It could have gone either way, so I wasn't even sure. I was like, okay, I'll let Taylor call this one and finish the call.
I appreciate the support.
Yep. So there we go. Don't forget, everyone, we said this a few times and we'll say it again. We have no IRS. The referees are going on what they see in real time. The only IRS they have is collaboration with each other to discuss if that was the right call or not. But overall, the referees have done a very, very good job, objectively speaking, you know.
Yeah, if anything, we're lucky enough for our viewers and us broadcasters, we get to see the slow-mo sometimes replays, and that rattles in from the top. That's going to be 2 baskets from the perimeter for Zhengzhou University.
That's called the Hangzhou bounce. And all of a sudden, Nippon Sports Science trailing, bounce pass. And that was actually pretty good D, even though that was a foul. So well done, good effort. It's just a bit handsy right there. I actually spoke to the referees this morning, Tay, and they were just saying, yeah, it's very, very handsy out here in this league. So handsy, a lot of contact, everyone. So this man right here, Sa Sheha, the international student for NSSU, can he put at least one away? Bricks that, it hits the back iron. He's been on the court for 7 minutes, and he will need to hit at least a little bit of production for his team to be competitive, because undersized and they can't live and die by the 3-point shot or those long twos. Need to penetrate and get to the rim, and he gets one. Not bad, pretty good. So it's Sa Sheha starting compared to the previous game, and Siu Deichi to the bench.
And player of the previous game, Ling Zihao, logs in for the first time with 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter. There's a high screen run by Bobakar. He's going to run it again. Once again, that downhill drive we're seeing, and Sheha having to fight to guard him, and that jumper does not fall.
Here they come, Japan sprinting as usual, pushing the ball up the court off the bounce pass, off the fake. Tries to bank it and does! What a deposit to get the 2 and 1. He will get the extra. Let's have a look at this. He saw an opening, worked the angles. Now that is beautiful basketball mathematics. And he's at the line currently, Dusei Hayata. And Dusei Hayata already with 5 points.
Yeah, Hayata this time around, instead of, as I mentioned earlier, Tsuoka as well as Ishikawa, they don't seem to have an answer for the Nippon's captain, as Uzukai gets a second personal foul, again making a tiki-taki foul on Hayata.
Foul trouble is what makes the job of coaching basketball ever more challenging. Ooh, bricks that.
Free throws are not always guaranteed, as we've seen in these past couple of days. Here's Xiaosong, look away pass, and off to Bobakar he comes. Spin, putting him in the spins, and he gets the 2 and 1.
A lovely turn and the burn by Lin Zihao. That was a highlight moment in itself.
Yeah, he's coming in really effective off the bench from their game against Etujen, and perhaps even today against Nippon. That's going to be number 45's his first personal, Kenshin Asada. As Zhengzhou will try to pull away or pull ahead in the lead now, 21-16.
Zihao, I really like him actually. He's quite the weapon. So works, I mean, not the biggest guy in the world, but he works both well on both sides of the floor. So a real threat to any team out there. Nice handles. Nobody to dish it to, but he went himself and put it up high. Yuto Ore. He just didn't know what to do. He just went, okay, I'll just flip it up and in, and whatever goes, goes. And it went, and he got the contact as well. Let's have a look at this. Yep. Up with the left hand and got the bouncing in, the Hangzhou bounce. And this, to make it a 2-point ball game, bricks another one from the free throw line.
Again, we're seeing the physicality from Zhengzhou University. They're already in the penalty, so any more fouls, it's just more free throws. And Xiao Song sends it to the bucket for another three. 24-18. They still got that lead, though.
NCCU not afraid to hit the three or take the three. I mean, Nippon Sports Science are all about threes, so let's say, okay, we'll match you. And sometimes that's a psychological threat. Off the cross, drive. Well, that was pretty good D, I thought, by NCCU. But again, handsy, blocking foul, says Julian. 2 shots for Nippon Sports Science. Let's look at this. Yep, the contact by the big man. And that is Bubakar, sorry. Check that. And checking in for the other team is Mahmoudou. A big for a big.
Yeah, we're seeing the hustle that Nippon is running through Zhengzhou University, and how they're reacting is obviously just you seeing those arm chops and those little sticky contacts we're making. Again, not having a solution for Nippon's hustle. Again, luckily they got some insurance with a 5-point lead over the men in blue.
Asada with his first point of the game. Can he get the pair? He does. They're living dangerously on that free throw line, Nippon Sports Science.
Xiao Song bringing the ball in. There's a full court press. And a bullet pass out. A catch and shoot. Does that fall? No, it doesn't. But free throws are coming, and that's going to be 3. And it's Zion Uda's first personal.
Fouling a jump shooter on the 3-point line.
Yeah, tough. Got too much into number 6's space. That's Xie Yunda. Makes the first bucket. And we see head coach Chen Ziwei rotating his Zhengzhou University players. He's logged in his second. Let's see if we can get 3 for 3 with 1 minute, 22 seconds left on the clock. Around and out it goes, back to Nippon.
Nippon Sports Science not complaining about that miss. 2-possession game. Nippon Sports Science needs a high screen. That's an okay screen, but they're showing hard. NCCU, bounce pass. Need some help, double team, good steal, but they get it back. Fake, take, make. Scooped it, hooped it. Put some chocolate chip on that ice cream. That's right. Yuto Oae, who's had a pretty good game thus far. He's got 4 points. He just made his opponent jump and fly and say, thank you for getting sucked in, and I'll take advantage. To the line he goes. Converts the 3-point play, nothing but net. It's a 4-point ball game.
I like seeing Nippon Sports Science University students really, when they get the foul, they still follow through and they get those buckets. So it's really impressive to see those guys finish. And here's Xiao Song at the wing, being denied entry. He's coming through the baseline for the reverse, and Sheha rejects, but Ndoi ready to get the tip in.
It's hard to beat that. That kind of presence, that kind of size, that kind of power. There's a battle going on down there between the two bigs, which is great to see. Sending the screens. Looking and scanning. Oof. That was messy. That was very messy. And that was just really, really running out of options. But that's okay. 19.5 to go. Nippon Sports Science just want to finish strong and competitive and not pick up any injuries before the end of the first period.
Shudasu coming in for possibly Zhengzhou's final possession. Still holding on to a 5-point lead. Dechi driving in, trying to find an entry point, but he's still going to pass it to Lin Zihao. Now he's going to curl in, a drive, pull up for the 2. No good. Ndai gets the rebound, but couldn't get an attempt himself. That's the end of the first quarter.
So it was a really good triple team by Nippon Sports Science University to deny NCCU for getting that final bucket before the end of the period. So it's pretty tight here. But, you know, looking at some of the highlights, it's been super entertaining, and communication is key. But NCCU, I'm very impressed with how they shoot and how they play their all-round game versus Nippon Sports Science, who impressive, but not as diversified as NCCU in strictly my opinion. First period score at Hangzhou, it is SSU 23, versus NCCU 28. Stats, Tay, tell us what we don't see.
Well, I mean, I'm liking the slight control that we're seeing from Tsinghua University. Again, they're always going to be physical, but the rhythm of the game is a lot better than what we saw yesterday against Etigen University. Nippon Sports is they're reacting really well to Tsinhua's physicality. However, I will say Shaha, he's going to need even more support, so that's why at that final possession you see the triple team against Ndoi. So again, very good adjustments that we're seeing, so we'll see more down the line.
Well, 15 rebounds versus 6. That is very telling. Why don't you just enjoy the highlights right here, everyone? We're back very shortly. Start of the second period. And Nippon Sports Science down by 5, but it's not the end of the world yet. Up top, this is good pressing D by, puts it up, but couldn't hit the target.
And here comes Tsinghua. Full court, waiting for everybody to get position. Again, here's ISO, pump fakes for the 2.
They just landed there. That was quick laser pass. Trying to beat him off the dribble. Good D, but takes on a triple team and splits that triple team with a can opener.
Getting a lot of those points in just from playing ISO from Nippon Sports University as opposed to Tsinghua now taking a page out of Japan's book where they're getting better ball movement, more assists, 6-2, as we have, looks to be a foul call on Nippon Sports University. Shot clock is at 20 seconds.
Not happy about the substitution.
Yeah. Relegated to the bench, Bobakar returns. Not even a minute into the second quarter. And here's Zihao, pull up 2, it's good.
Training baskets, and that basket score earlier by Shotaro Ishikawa. Really good backcourt players. And guys generally who know how to handle the ball. Nippon Sports Science switches on the afterburners. Ooh, good denial, but contact. No, was there? No, it was okay. It was quite clean.
It looked clean, yeah.
Yeah. I thought it was clean. But when the referee, I'll be honest, when the referee blew, I thought he was like blowing down for a foul because, okay, I've seen other referees call that. Well done, referees. Inbound, 8 seconds to go. And referee Julian says pushing. Look at that, yep. There it is, yeah. You can't do that, Sudechi. You just can't do that. 14 seconds more time right now on the clock compared to the 8 earlier. And here comes Dusei. Shotaro, nasty handles, kick, corner, drive, stop, dish. Tried to do a bank shot, shot clock violation, outlet.
It's the right idea to try to beat the shot clock here as Zihao kicks it off. And here comes a 3, another Clean shot by Wu Zikai.
Nippon Sports Science University need to go better man-to-man. They're giving the NCCU too many open looks. And NCCU are really hot from the outside today. They found their range. They found their confidence. Takes it to the rack and, stays competitive with that layup. Not afraid to attack the tin, Nippon Sports Science.
Zihao, sixth man of Zhenzi. He's going to drive in for the ISO. Too high, Bobakar with the putback. Takes it to the bank.
I think Nippon Sports Science University are looking at each other, Tay, and say, how do we stop that big tank right there? He's already got 7 points. Bounce off the bounce. Corner, just getting low, trying to attract the defenders for the three. Tried to bank the three in, no avail.
As I said, Nippon is getting a lot of their buckets through just ISO plays because, again, they're not getting the spacing and moving as much as they'd like to with solid defense by Zhenzi. And here's another three from the top. Bobakar losing balance, so unable to get the board.
Nice laser pass, drives, and I do agree with you, Taylor. They'll make great 3x3 plays. But this is a 5-on-5 game.
A dish and swish. That's the first one we're seeing in this quarter. Bobakar going in tough against Sheha. And a call offensive foul on Mbup.
Well, that was, referee was saying a lot of pushing, so that was a pushing foul. Look at that.
Pushing foul, yep. And back to Nippon it goes.
Nippon down by 6. They have been rushed to take their 3-point shots, I've noticed, but when they switch on the afterburners and go ISO in the lane for the 3, short. There I go, rush shot again.
Yeah, they have plenty of time. It's okay to just get their rhythm in those long 24 seconds as it goes back to Nippon.
Off the long rebound in the lane, goes upstairs and takes some contact as he went aerial. Yusei Hayata will go to the line for 2 shots for some much-needed production for Nippon Sports Science. Look at this. Yep. And that was a foul committed by Sung Sin Hao.
The right idea to run that fast break in that instance. Unfortunately, again, more sticky fingers from the men in white.
And a missed opportunity. Gotta hit your shots. 7 points. Oh, he breaks both.
We'd never like to see that from
no,
any
we don't.
team, any
No,
player.
no, we don't. It hurts.
Right, it really does, actually.
I feel sorry for those guys. They work so hard.
Swinging it to the wing, here is Xie Yunda. And Bobakar for a long 2 from the left.
Well, they needed to rebound a lot better than that.
They get another chance, Zihao. Back to Xiao Song. Returns the favor, catch and shoot. Goes over the backboard, and it's back to Nippon.
Yoshida, well, what a blow by. Passes to the corner. Good rebound. Push shot, doesn't go down. Its production ain't so good for Nippon Sports Science.
Yeah, again, we're seeing Sheha unable to close out getting those buckets. And, he has those good moments. Nippon provides, those opportunities. It's just the lack of experience that he has. And Song Shin-hao drops another bucket for NCCU. Again, they are just trying to distance themselves away in the lead.
Sin-hao, great shot. Calm and collected. Bullet pass upstairs, yes! Nice run. Nice cut. Caught it, laid it in.
There you go. I like that Nippon is giving Sheha a chance, especially when it's just when Bobakar is caught off guard. As we see on the stats line, Sukioka with 2 points. Nippon keeping Zhenzi out on the perimeter. They're going to try once again from the top. This time, second chance. Comes in, he pulls up for the 2. Too strong. Ooh, another opportunity. Xiao Song this time around. And here comes number 23, Wu Zikai. And Chen Ziwei very happy with the chance that Zikai took from the wing.
I like Nippon Sports Science University, but they got to rebound a lot better than that. The attitude to rebounding has to notch up. You can't just say they're bigger than us because that was just really lackadaisical. I'm sorry. I mean, that is, if if I was the coach, I would be going, hey, now why aren't you guys hustling for it? You hustle for it earlier. You can't just rely on one or two guys. So that's the communication on the bench. I'm very, very sure of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's as if from our own perspective that they've given up those boards. Now, again, it's not a size thing. You really just have Ndoye or Boubacar having the size over NSSU, but in reality, they have a chance to get those buckets.
That's what you call the bouncy basket.
Yeah, and we see maybe rotations were a little bit off just in that one instance where Ryusei Harayata had his back up against the ball, so just caught off guard in that possession as we see number 23, Wu Zikai,
I can't wait.
landing a missile.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I can't wait to see the numbers in terms of the second quarter three-point efforts and conversions. So I think it'll be really, really good.
Yeah.
It'll be, at the moment anyway, it'll be much better than Nippon Sports Science. Nippon Sports Science, like you said, you know, like relying on too much on individual play. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, that's not sustainable. And especially a team like this who are showing more all-round play.
Wu Zikai on that stats line you saw earlier. Now, he had back-to-back personal fouls, but he really made up the difference, scoring 12 points and even got 1 block in this game.
Great stats there, Tay. 9 points down. And they don't want to fall in a double-digit hole before halftime. If not, the third quarter, well, it's all to do. Oh! And one. What a move. And he's happy about that, putting a big, big smile on his face. And that is Kenshin Asada. We've been seeing a lot of these. Look at this. He just put it up, split 2 defenders and said, yes. Come on, boys. Let's go, let's go. And you got to hit this free throw, brother. Got 4 points. And he listens to what I say.
Rounds it up to 5. Well done. Good telepathy skills over there, Ben. As we bring it back over to Zhengda University, here's Ling Enyu passing off to another missile dropped by Wu Zikai.
They're on fire. They are smoking hot for the reverse.
Beautiful up and under, but couldn't connect and couldn't finish as Zhengzi quickly bring it back over. As a pump fake. In and out it goes. Boubacar draws a foul. Let's see it most likely to be on Shaha.
No, it was on Sheha, and his feet lifted and it was aerial in the air, so no complaints about that one. Look at this. Look at his feet. If you can see that anyway. He jumped.
Now take a look at that last shot made by Wu Zikai. He's been a sniper for Zhengzi University. And Boubacar's first shot too short, hits the rim. Now we have AUBL running a basketball camp tomorrow. Maybe the players should go and practice up, brush up on the free throws.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I think a lot of players will just be practicing their free throws tomorrow in general anyway. That and the recovery and sauna and all the above off the fake. Takes the long jumper and drops it in. That was very, very smooth jumper. Backpedaling as well. Ryusei Hayata. Turnover. So here they come. Sprinting, racing. Goes to the cup and can't put it away. Needs to kick it. He's a bit isolated. And referee Julian blows it down.
It's Sheha stepping on the line, so that's going to be a turnover for Sheha. And we're starting off with Nippon running full court press on the men in white. Again, Boubacar going in tough. There's that triple team. There's a reset kick out to number 6. Xie Yunda, right idea, but couldn't connect. Here we go, launching another missile! Yes, sir, indeed! That was number 23, once again, Wu Zikai.
Lights out shooting by NCCU. You got to give them credit. I mean, this is why they've got an 11-point lead, and if Nippon Sports Science are not careful, they are going to be down by 20 even before halftime. Got to find a way back. Kick, rise and shoot. Couldn't connect on a three.
And here comes Woodzada. Here's a finger roll and count it and one.
And Nippon Sports Science University are being taken to the sword right now. And looks like someone is injured.
Yeah, Wunzakai with a finish. He gets knocked in the head. So he's okay. Quickly got up. He'll be at the basket. Nippon Sports University doesn't seem to have an answer.
No.
For a solution or answer for number 23, as we have Tsukioka coming into the game.
Well, they've got to rebound a lot better. And they've got to go man-to-man. And they've got the speed to keep up with the players. And one thing about this Nippon Sports Science team, once they press you, regardless of the size, there's a good chance they'll get the steal. So they've got to, they've just got to go to that.
And again, Jeonju is still playing to their playbook. And again, a lot of physicality. They're also in the penalty. But they're not letting that affect them, as we have a sharpshooter such as 23, and he makes the free throw.
Screen. Out. Another screen. Up top with a shake. Out. Releases. No joy for 3 points.
Yeah, it looked like in that instance, Nippon was already ready to transition back to defense when they could have gotten that rebound, which again, Ben, you mentioned, that's been a problem this whole game.
Drives the lane, dunking time, Gombate. Hammer time.
That's our first dunk we're seeing in game one. Here comes Bobakar charging in. Another foul or travel call for number 15, Bobakar Mbop.
Yeah, too many steps. He was dancing in that on that dance floor. So I was like, huh? I'm surprised the referees didn't call it earlier, but well done. And that's the call to switch big man for big man.
Yeah, Bobakar's been pretty effective. Again, he's pretty massive. Nindoya is also big too, but he's even more of a brick wall.
Pretty massive. They're massive. That's what I said.
Very massive.
Outside. Will they load up? And loads up for the three. Tries to bet. They love to do those banking threes, but it's 50-50 at the moment.
Yeah, trying to force that bank open, but it's still closed for Nippon. And here comes Ndoye coming off the bench, immediately drawing a foul, and will get free throws for Jeonju University.
And check foul, 2 shots. So again, they're just doing them favors. Don't get so handsy. Maybe, one thing they should do probably, just in camps in general, have the referees have a camp in terms of what they see, variations of what they're going to call, how they referee. Because where I'm from, Southeast Asia, hand check fouls are very, very high.
Yeah, luckily for Nippon, that looked to be Hayata's first hand check foul. Second, actually, as Ndoye's at the line. He's going to try to make the second bucket. Missed the first. Again, too short. And logs in 51-38. Jeonju with a steady lead.
Steady indeed, and Nippon Sports Science trying to find a way through. They were trying to go for those bank shots and three-point shots, but wasn't consistent. And racing, takes it to the rack, and one. That's one thing. That's how they're getting baskets today. They're using their speed, their athleticism. I would hate to take these guys on in a 100-meter race. Did you remember in PE where we did those 100-meter runs?
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah, these guys would blitz it.
Oh, absolutely.
4 points by this young man right here. Breaks that. Feel sorry for the guy. 11-point lead for NCCU.
Less than a minute left in regulation. Yunda to Ndoye. Too far out. He runs the screen. And there's a curl in, and they're going to reset. Trying to put Nippon in the screens. Here's a body bump, finding Ndoye for the buzzer beater. And they're going to count it 51-40.
Catch and shoot, and it's a basket. On the catch was Yoshida. Yoshida on the catch. And he just found a way through to rip the cords.
Good answer. He's got 9 points and 50% from the field. Final possession here for the first half. Again, we're seeing a pick and roll being run again. He takes the gamble, but gets denied entry. Shaking off Nippon. Unable to make the shot. It is off the mark.
And that's the way the half has ended. A bit of a late charge by Nippon Sports Science University to make this a 10-point ball game. At one point, they were down by 13 to 14 points. But again, they are having trouble with the bigs and the shooting of NCCU. Halftime score, NCCU 53, Nippon Sports Science University 43. We've got some stats coming up. And right there, look at the rebound contest. It is almost no contest, eh?
Yeah, we talked about it before. You know, Sheha has a lot to has a lot going against him with the two foreign players, but also they're just hustling a lot more with, again, being, I think, Nippon getting a little intimidated by their physicality.
Well, time for a breather, everyone. When we come back, it's the second half. Don't go away.
接 AUBL 2025大洲大学生篮球联赛官方主办商夸克 AI 选人助手夸克，流体用夸克就是难度了。感谢官方主办商汤师傅柠檬茶，汤师傅柠檬茶酷派滋味无可替代。感谢官方装备与比赛任球合作伙伴安德玛 warmups。感谢官方指定行业合作伙伴领先体育，全球领先的体育场馆设备制造商。感谢全国性综合高级医疗系统互联医疗，连接更美好的未来，从互联开始。感谢官方指定行业合作伙伴金鼎体育，体育文化设置系统集成专家。
To all the champions, do you dare to stand here, represent your team, represent your school? Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now. all the champions, do you dare to stand here? Represent your team. Represent your school. Make all Asia set its signs on you. The next chapter is here. A new legacy awaits. History starts now.
And welcome back, everybody, to the AUBL, the first game of day 3 of competition. You're with me, Ben Ibrahim, alongside Taylor Chen, in this live broadcast of the team from Chinese Taipei, the university team from Chinese Taipei, NCCU, taking on Nippon Sports Science University. NCCU lead 51-43 currently, and that second period, Taylor Chen, lights out shooting by the NCCU team. It was absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. It was all big thanks to one of their starting players, number 23, Wu Zikai. He's been a sniper in this game so far. He is 6 for 3 from out in the perimeter. Now, not just that, he is nearing a double-double with 9 rebounds, so just 1 rebound shy. But I'm liking to see the assist-to-turnover ratio that Zhenzi has. So we'll see if we get better ball movement from Nippon.
Now, I just want to ask your opinion. Well, actually, I'll ask your opinion a little bit later. Back to the play.
Yeah, we're starting off with Zhenzi's possession. The men in white, Nippon in their home jerseys in blue. And just like that, Bobakar starts off the second half with an easy finger roll in. That was a bunny shot.
Well, he couldn't stop that. The flying big man, Nippon Sports Science, posting up, puts it up, off target.
The right idea from Shahab, but as we mentioned all game long so far, as we see another missile being launched by Wu Zikai. That's his 7th one today. If they win, he's definitely going to be player of the game, I'd say.
200%, 5-0 run, and they lost the handle and backcourt violation. And it's not a pretty start by Nippon Sports Science University, the acronym of NSSU on their jersey. They have a lot of work to do, and right now they're in a 13-point hole again.
I mean, to be fair, though, you know, looking at the stats on both sides, their turnovers have been pretty low on Nippon and Zhenzi. So that's a good sign for Nippon. It's just more about being tougher on basketball. Bobakar's shot does not fall, but they get a third chance. Here's another 3. Oh my goodness. He can't stop, won't stop, and this time it's going to be Song Xinghao, Xiao Song.
No, they are giving the NCCU team too many wide open looks, and they're hitting their shots, and you got to give them credit. Don't give your opponents open look. Protect the perimeter. Fill out pass. Long three. Air ball, and I think what Nippon Sports Science is saying to NCCU, give us some of that three-point shooting bug that you guys have got.
Yeah, they want that mambo that Zhenzi has right now. Whatever magic voodoo that they got over, Nippon could use some of that. Zhenzi's ball once again.
Well, it's Steph Curry Day in some parts of China today, so maybe they need a bit of that.
Comes the drive from the baseline. Good find to Bobakar, but he didn't get the bucket this time. Ooh, ball gets scrambled around, and Sheha gets it back over to Nippon.
Lost the handle, gets it back. He needs help. Any help would do. From the baseline, floats it. Yes, stops a bit of the bleeding by the cuts that NCCU have inflicted on NSSU.
And Wu Zikai finds Bobakar. He's going to bullet pass. That's a risky pass, but Nippon making final contact. It's going to be Zhenzi's possession still.
You came off Hakaru, so I don't know what everybody was complaining about. That was pretty clear cut. Coach is barking the orders and instructions.
Yeah, that's Chen Zihao from the Zhendang University side. There's a screen run by Bobakar. Too slow to go for the downhill drive, so that kick out leads to a turnover.
Shoots for three. That will be short. Can they get the rebound? They do. And they lose the handle, but the referee says, stop right there, guys. There's been an infringement. There has been a foul. And that was a bit of a push. And let's have a look at this. Just scrambling for the loose ball. And it'll be NCCU ball. 14-point lead. As they stop the clock, game clock back on.
Back over to Zhenzi's side. Wu Zikai for the assist and a putback. Nice tip in for Bobakar. That's he's already got 2 buckets for the third quarter. As you see, the assists or the rebounds.
Wide open for the three. Three's not going down for NSSU. And again, why did Bobakar get that basket on the other side of the floor? Because again, one of the players from NCCU was open at the mid-range position. Defense, they've got to go man-to-man. They've got to go sticky defense, sticky big defense. 14 seconds. Out. Looking, screen. Shoots, back iron, easy rebound by Bobakar.
Yeah, the Zhenzi University, their rebounds, they are ahead by 21 rebounds. Bobakar's shot was a little lackadaisical, and so was that ball retrieval.
NCCU just looking on and looking to just keep the motions going. They're up by 16. Nippon Sports Science with the package. Is this man going to switch on the afterburners and jet shoes once again? There he goes. Corner, drive, floats it from the baseline, short.
Yeah, Nippon managing to shake off their defender. There's an alley-oop attempt. Right idea, but couldn't connect as number 8 of Zhenzi draws a foul. It's going to be Wang Weijia.
Hayata was very smart to go upstairs with his opponent to just try to stop the aerial attack. And making changes, Nippon Sports Science University and CCU just A-okay.
From the baseline with 18 seconds. And Song Xinghao passes it on to Wu Zikai, drawing a foul. It is number 21's personal, Tsukioka. Or Skioka, actually.
Yeah, it's Skioka. Nobody in major foul trouble for NSSU except Hayata. He's got 3 fouls.
And Chen Ziwei choosing to protect Wu Zikai, give him a little bit of break while putting Xie Yunda back on the court. Anyu loses the ball, yeah, out of bounds. Didn't pay attention in that instance. You see Ziwei going for a spin.
Good press there by Shotaro Ishikawa. And you need more of that by the Nippon Sports Science team. They need to get a bit more physical. I think they're just making it a bit too easy for NCCU. Not intentionally, of course, but they got to press up on their shooters' screen. Got to roll to the rim. No, he doesn't roll to the rim. Leans in, and you can't out-rebound Bubakar.
Nippon struggling. They've only scored one bucket this quarter. Luckily, Nippon quickly getting the board back over to the men in blue.
He should have passed. He should have passed to a wide-open Ryusei Hayata. But instead, he went himself. Again, what you said, Taylor, earlier in the game, that ISO mentality. I mean, it's like they've come from one-on-one school.
Yeah, he broke away and he was fast. But again, it's just a struggle of closing it out. But still Nippon's ball.
Nippon's attacks the rim, hits the back iron, can't get the drop. And it's frustrating for them currently.
Yeah, Nippon's basically been put on ice, and here comes from the parking lot, Xiao Song drills another three for Zhengda.
It's their show.
Yeah, Nippon has got to stop the bleeding. Zhengzhou is 13 points in the third.
Now they're up by 19 points, and this is a bit, I mean, nothing is impossible, because from experience, usually when they're down by that much, they'll throw the three-point. They'll load up the rifles and bring it out and start trying to hit the three-point shooting targets, but in the fourth. But right now, they are just disjointed. Working hard, though, Nippon Sports Science. Whoa, and backcourt violation.
It's going to be Zhengzhou University's possession. I mean, at this point, head coach of Nippon Sports Science University should call for a timeout. Got to stop the bleeding. I mean, Zhengzhou's been on a scoring run.
Well, they bring on number 35, Yuto Oe. And Yuto, he's got 5 points. Maybe he can give them some bit of production, some much-needed production off the fake.
Travel call for number 6, Xie Yunda.
So that's the kind of pressure that Nippon Sports Science need to press up on their shooters. If they have the ability and they have the strength and the stamina to do that, they just got to apply it. Are they saving their best for last for the fourth quarter? That's good, D. Hand check. Oh, Nippon Sports Science to inbound, and Ashi Yamaguchi will inbound it. Or should I say Ashi Yamaguchi? Check that. Looking for the handoff, gives it. Screen, drive, in the lane. He's stuck, he puts it up, gets the bouncing in. That was a lucky shot, to be honest. But a shot is a shot.
And finally, Nippon breaking the ice. But Bobakar is drilling downhill and answers immediately up against Shaha. And turnover, trying to get the touchdown there, with no avail. Back to Nippon, finally.
Oe brings it up quickly at the logo at half court. He needs more options. Playing 3 outside. Goes for the dish, but it's just it came off an NCCU player, but Sheha wasn't quite ready for that offload. Just trying to look around. To inbound. 3.7 left on the shot clock, so can't take their time too much. Got to put it up from the baseline. Touch pass, shoots. And shot clock violation.
At Zhengda University, really good at closing these gaps and not allowing any space or movement. So desperately, they're not really finding any opportunity to make those buckets either. With 3.5 minutes to go, it goes back to Zhengda, Lin Enyu. With a behind the back, that is Xiao Song to Bobakar, shakes off Nippon man, but gets the bucket in for the second try. He's now got 16 points, 14 rebounds, so he's the first player to get a double-double in this game.
Bounce pass, 3 minutes to go. Reluctant to set the screen, but he set it. hand off. Up top, out, shoots for the triple. Yes, Gambate. That's what they needed. A big three by Toki Yoshida.
Yeah, it's a big break for Nippon. But Zhenzi could answer back quickly. You're swinging it to Xiaosong. No three-piece there. Bobakar gets the board. He's going ISO now. Bully ball, double team. There's the reset. And now it's Xie Yunda's turn. 71-50. And Nippon still trailing far behind.
And this is going to be interesting for the Group D standings because NCCU on top. And referee blows it down and goes the other way.
Got more subs in coming from both sides.
Oh, it's great to see that Mamadou will get some minutes. He's hardly got any minutes in this game. I know he was very frustrated with that.
Well, I think Bobakar got rewarded with all the minutes. Again, with the size factor, you know, he's been a real trouble, a real thorn on Shaha's side. But, you know, if we look at the plus-minus column in the first half, he was plus 18, so the best for Zhen Da. And here comes a pull-up jumper. Takes it to the bank. That is number 9, Ling Anyu.
Well, he's played well. He's played well, and let's give credit where credit is due. He did his job, was effective, and he's one of the main contributors to why NCCU are leading by such a big margin. And it'll be a very, very interesting, you know, how this tournament plays out with the in all the groups really.
Yeah, if Zhenzi wins both of their games, they will move on to the quarterfinals.
Exactly.
And that is a carry violation on Zhenzi turnover. Leads to Nippon's possession.
Super sharp eyes by the referee. And don't forget Etugen in this group as well. Nippon Sports Science with all to do. With little time left, good disruption. Pass.
Ooh, coast to coast, and here comes Wang Weijia. And Shaha couldn't get back in time for defense.
75-50. Dribbling between the legs. Trying to attract the defenders. Not the best screen. Takes it to the rack. Open invitation to the rim. Wasn't the best interior defense by NCCU. Or stolen. Here they come. Oh. Yep, we get it back.
Ooh, lost balance a little bit, but good recovery.
Long three. Couldn't get that to go down.
Now, too bad they couldn't catch a break in that instance. It goes back to Zhenzi, and they're going to slow it down a little bit here. So we take a look at the perimeter shooting. At Nippon, only 1 for 6 from beyond the arc. There's another pull-up, too short, trying to help himself. Padding his stats, no good there.
That was a complete miss. And no wonder he's played more bench time. Getting low, screen. He pops out. The big. Attacks the rim. Oh, but he gets fouled in the process, so he will go to the line for 2 shots. He hasn't had much production action. Let's have a look at this. He got it as he set the screen earlier. Attacked it with the left-hand layup. If he can at least hit 1 shot, that'll be very, very good for his confidence and the team as well. He's got 5 points and 5 rebounds. And the man I'm talking about is Sheha. Sorry, I stand corrected. 5 points, 6 rebounds.
And it looks like Chen Zihao brought in a handful of subs in, including their sniper, Wu Zikai. Maybe they'll try to get a bucket to close out the 3rd quarter.
Well, if I were the coach of the NCCU team, give his role players a few minutes here and there. Wouldn't hurt with this kind of scoreboard. So NCCU with package.
Countdown starts. And Anyu to Wu Zikai returns a favor, drive in and draws a foul. Well, it looks to be at number 35. It's Yuto Oe.
Yeah, offensive foul. Nippon Sports Science with 3.3. Gotta rush it now, guys. Gotta pull it. Oh, hits the back iron, unlucky. But if that three-point shot would have dropped, that would have been interesting. So fourth quarter to come, 3 quarters of basketball down at the Binjiang Gymnasium in Hangzhou, China. You're watching AUBL 2025, the Asian University Basketball League, its inaugural season. And looking at some of the highlights right here. NCCU hitting their big shots, struggling to contend with their big men, Mahmoudou Ndai and Boubacar Mjuk. Third quarter score, NCCU 75, Nippon Sports Science University 54. And breaking down the stats today, look at that rebound stat.
Rebound stat, and in particular their perimeter shooting. I mean, we mentioned it earlier that Zhenzi had a scoring run. Again, Nippon couldn't stop the bleeding. It was 13-2 at one point. So eventually they caught up. They scored 11 points, but it was a little too little too late as Zhenzi scored 24 points in that third. That's the most, well, that's a lot.
That's a lot, that's a lot. That's one way to put it. So, look, 12 three-pointers versus 4 three-pointers. Well done to NCCU for shooting lights out today. And look at this shot, lands in the tin. But time for a quick breather, because when we come back in the next 20 seconds or so, it will be the start of the fourth quarter. Major question, can the Nippon Sports Science University make a comeback, or will NCCU kick on and grab the victory? We'll soon find out. That man right there with 24 points and 10 rebounds, already a double-double. Definitely a contender for player of the game for the Nippon Sports Science team. They're not thinking about player of the game. They're thinking about getting back into this game. They've got the package. Good pass. But well done to get back on their defense. NCCU takes the shot, tries to bank, no bank, gets the rebound though, his 7th rebound of this game. Sheha releases, no joy.
And back to Zhen Da. Not only do we have Wang Zikai with a double-double, but Boubacar also with one as well. And a great finish is a reverse lay-in by Ndai.
That's good for Ndai. Will lift some of his confidence. From up top, backdoor cut, but he couldn't read it. He goes for the midi.
Right idea, you know, trying to.
No, it was good.
Trying to take a gamble.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it just didn't go in.
See, down the line though, hopefully Shaka will get those buckets as Xu Deqi gets a long 2 and we get an immediate timeout by Nippon Sports Science University.
1 minute and 8 seconds played in this fourth quarter, and NCCU will just use one of their timeouts and say, okay, this is, how do we do this? How do we? That's all the questions they're gonna ask of each other.
Well, I think rather than saving the timeout towards the end, the head coach of Nippon is changing up the strategy and calling his troopers in as soon as possible. I mean, we've been at less than 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. Let's see if they can end it on a strong note in early goings of this quarter.
Yeah, well, they're 24 points down, so I mean, I'm not saying that they've completely lost this game or anything like that, because I don't want to say anything, but it's just, you know, they were pretty good in the first quarter. You know, they were a lot even, and in the second half, the big of the NCCU team really started to flex their muscle and show how strong they were, literally. And then after that, the three-point snipers came out for NCCU, and it was you know, Nippon Sports Science have themselves to blame a bit. They didn't press up on their shooters. And one thing I know about the Japan DNA of basketball, it's all about the pressing, the shooting, and the movement off the ball. So, again, I mean, I'm not sure about their schedules. I'm not sure, I mean, how many times they train, you know, in terms of their commitment to strength and conditioning, or do they have time for the strength and conditioning? I know university teams, there's a lot on their plate for the students, so I will never criticize any student athlete for what they can or cannot do. As a matter of principle, handoff. Nippon Sports Science takes the three. It's the iron and easy rebound for NCCU as they bring it up.
Couldn't get the bucket after the timeout. And there's the pass. Second time's not the charm.
Sheha with the rebound. So they need a bit more of that. Maybe that timeout has worked in terms of the hustle and the to bring out the aggression. Oh, hits the three. Three-pointer, three ball on the way, and it landed. Hit them with the three-piece. And that's what the coach wanted. Shotaro Ishikawa.
It's been less than a minute since the last timeout. Now this time it's Chen Zue calling for the timeout.
Do they need to?
Well, you know what? They want to end strong on their part too, and they've been a little lackadaisical just in those 30 seconds. And they want the coaching staff want them to snap out of it, perhaps.
I can't remember the last time I saw that. You know, early in the fourth quarter, one timeout. You know, 20 seconds later, another timeout. So, okay. I mean, every coach has their own strategy on what they want to run. Don't forget, everyone, we've got 3 more games after this. And that should be very, very exciting as well. Rest day tomorrow, and then the quarters, and then the semis, and then the bronze medal and final game on Sunday night. And what should be a very, very exciting week of AUBL basketball, produced and created by the Real League. And they base their office in Hong Kong, China. And a bunch of very, very passionate basketball or basketball business people who want to take the university game, or the high-performance university game, to another level.
Nippon utilizing the full court press after the timeout, sidestepping, look away pass. And the shot clock is running. There is a high screen from beyond Ndoye. Coming downhill, there's a man-to-man defense being run by Nippon, putting pressure on number 2. And effective in that possession. There's the shot clock violation. Xu Deci didn't really find any outlets.
There was much, much better pressure defense by Nippon Sports Science. And they just got to keep at it. I mean, don't worry about the scoreboard. Just go on a run. On the drive, scoops it up high off the glass and gets that to drop. That was lucky. Nicely, nicely done by Oe.
All right. A lot of pressure on Xu Deci. He pulls up. He finds his man in the corner, and number 12, Li Zihao, draws a foul off of 35, Yuto Oe.
59-79, 20-point ball game, 7 minutes and 25 seconds to go. Maybe they can, maybe the comeback of all comebacks is on the cards. Etujen sent one and only game to overtime yesterday, so you never know, right, Tay?
Yeah, absolutely. You never know. Anything could happen. So choosing to sit out Wu Zikai, and he's going to pull up for the 3.
Missed shot.
Doesn't get the bucket.
This is much better rebounding. Goes for the 3. A bit too much on that one.
Yunda, pull up for the long 2, lands into the hands of Nippon again.
Nippon Sports Science trying to turn some profit, or cash in on some profit, because the NCCU team have missed their last 2 shots. Screen by Seha, takes another 3, lands it in. Gambate, that's what they needed. Releases and connects on a 3, Yuto Oe.
It was a little bit slow goings after that second timeout, but finally Nippon breaking the ice, and there's Ndoye Another reverse lay-in for number 34 over Shaha.
Stops the bleeding a little bit because Nippon Sports Science are moving with a lot more urgency. Time not necessarily on their side, but they'll go for it with 6 minutes to go remaining in this game. They just need a couple more big shots. They'll go for the big shot, and they'll hit the big shot from the outside. Again, another one by Yuto Oe. That's his 15th point of the game.
Nicely done by Nippon. Both possessions able to score. This time around was a shot from outside. Nippon definitely needs that. And a Hail Mary too. Oof, that was Airmail Express. And
Lost
no foul
it.
call.
Yeah, sorry, Taylor's lost it and got it back in the lane. Foul call, blown down by the referees. And hand check foul, so still be Nippon Sports Science to inbound with 16 to go. Looks like I think they've just taken the words out of my third quarter mouth there. They're just going for the threes and seeing what happens. You know, if it hits, it hits. But if it doesn't hit, rebound.
Yeah,
Get the rebound.
They're trying to take a book out of Wuzukai's playbook. I mean, he's made, I think he's made 7 buckets beyond the arc.
That's crazy. Positively crazy. Screen by Sheha. Sheha with another screen again for the long 2. Not quite.
And Bobakar ready to get the bucket or get the rebound. Inde getting some rest after scoring 2 buckets for Zhendang University, and they call travel on Xu Deci.
Yeah, that was a good call by the ref. I mean, super, super sharp and on point. Too many steps. That's what you call a walk in the park. High screen. Nippon Sports Science accelerating. Almost lost the handle. Stuck in court. Kick. Rise and shoot. Missed the last 2 3-pointers, Nippon Sports Science.
Zhendang effective with using their switch defense, and here's an uncontested shot that goes over the rainbow. Ooh, Bobakar fumbles the board, and the whistle comes for an offensive foul.
Yeah, good again. Good eyes by the ref to pick that up because chasing for it, and then, yep. Yeah, he pushed him out of the way, so you can't do that. Can't do that. Inbound by Asada. Good quick pass. Oe for the contested 3. Third missed 3 in a row for Nippon Sports Science.
And here's Xiao Song trying to shake off Nippon, and he certainly does. From downtown, he drops a 3.
Downtown, Pound Town, that's how you do it. Nippon Sports Science got to take a leaf out of that guy's book because he is on a heater in this game. Good dish and nicely done. Lays it up and in by Sheha. Just keep knocking.
Yeah, we finally see that downhill drive play in effect for Shaha. Again, that's been a struggle for him all game long, having to go up against Bobakar and Inde. There's Bobakar setting the screen. Xiao Song with another step back 3. Can we do back-to-back? No, we can't. Shaha gets the board, but ooh, nice recovery.
Yeah, lost it, but got it back. Wide open for the triple. Yes! Strokes that, drains that. The bucket is good. The 3-point bucket is good by Toki Yoshida. 14-point game. Yoshida with 15 points.
Yeah, he's got the stroke too. 5 for 13 from the beyond the arc. Bobakar here going ISO and slips through the double team. Ooh, look at him. He got some twinkle toes right there. 86-70 is the score.
Well, his numbers are good, but his shooter's numbers are even better. Cross court, off the fake, takes another one. Rush, but gets his own miss. Reload from the outside from a different shooter. No go again. Again, they're rushing their 3-point shots, and that's all they can do, but they need to shoot it with more accuracy.
德池 Now running the play, finds Bobakar. Bobakar from the right, puts Shaka in the spin, desperately trying to get the bucket. And goes to Nippon.
Hakaru Skiyoka, the team captain for Nippon Sports Science, on the court. 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go. A 16-point lead for NCCU. Nippon Sports Science just seeing if they can just trim that lead, maybe to 10, and see what happens. To the corner for the three. Good rebound. I think they'll reload. Different shooter though. In the lane, dish, turnover. Here they come. NCCU.
Here's a breakaway, and Xiao Song with a pass out. And uncontested drains it for Zhendai University.
With that, every time that, you know, NCCU get a wide open look, they shoot under no pressure. And most of the time in this game, they hit those wide open threes, unsupervised, all alone, nobody there, bang, it's good. They hit their target, their three-point target.
Yeah, Ling An-Ir's shot will lead to Nippon calling for their second timeout.
And you have to give them credit. I mean, this has been a great shooting exhibition. I think out of all the games that we've covered in this last couple of days, look at that. So much time to spot up and hit the three.
Yeah, it's his first three today.
And Nippon Sports Science Inuit will reflect on this one and say, okay, I mean, from my personal perspective, my personal basketball perspective, just, you know, we got to press up, we got to play more physical. We can't just live and die by the three-point shot. We can't go ISO. There's a lot of positive for this Nippon Sports Science University team, but they just relied on a few tricks in this game. But whereas NCCU just played great two-way basketball, especially from the outside. Those big, big shots. Mighty, mighty impressive. That's why the can-can dancing music is on.
So we pan over to the Zhendai University students. It's Nippon's possession.
Gets the rebound, pump fake, shoots the three again, but it will be short.
Not very pretty. Coming out after the timeout, and a breakaway lay-in from the left is Xiao Song.
Coast to coast, that was great. Bounce pass, and late blow down by the referee, and Asada lost the handle. 18 seconds to go, 97 seconds to go in this game. And why not? If I was the coach of NCCU, yeah, just change it up, man. Just bring on the role players. I'm sure they're itching for some game time. Nippon Sports Science University, the leading scorer for today is Oe with 15 and Yoshida with 15. Tries to get the rebound, no effect.
Another breakaway, and here is Xiao Song with Bobakar with a downhill drill and gets the bucket.
Another timeout.
Gonna utilize their last timeout for the game. 1 minute, 22 seconds left. Score now, 93-70. Denzhi blowing Nippon out of the water in the second half.
And it's a timeout call by Nippon Sports Science. I think they just want to use this last sort of minute 20 plus just to as strategy and learning for the next game. I mean, this is gonna hurt here, this loss day. I mean, for them. But it is what it is.
And just a reminder, the team with the most wins will move on to the quarterfinals. Yes. Now, with the bottom two teams, the answer is whoever has accumulated more points or who has won more. So I believe Etigen defeated Nippon Sports University on Monday, and indeed they did. So, if anything, Etujen will move on to play the consolation games.
That's right, more like a play-in system.
Yes.
See, it's a very interesting format, and every game counts. Hong Kong, University of Hong Kong take on Hakuo University from Japan at 2 o'clock. We got another 2 games later, one at 5, one at 7:30. Inbound, rise and shoot, air ball. They get it back, turn it over though.
Ling Yu getting the pass from Nippon, and here comes curling upwards. He's got a reset for Chen Zhi. Ling Yu loses it. Another recovery, pulling up for the 2 that rattles out. That's going to be number 13, Pan Li-chen. The first time seeing him on the court.
Nippon Sports Science dancing, crossing, driving, attacking, and being rejected by, well, they always say 13 is an unlucky number, and they just got rejected by number 13.
I actually really like the number 13.
Do you?
Yeah, I think for our family it's considered lucky, if anything. But Pan Li-chen with a field goal attempt and getting a block on his stats line as it goes back to Zhenji University. Ling Yu coming in from the right. Oh, poor handles there, but there's a recovery. There's a long 2, and once again, it's Xiao Song coming in with the beautiful finish. It's between him and number 23, Uzukai, being the player of the game. He's now racked up 23 points and 7 rebounds.
Long 3, yes, and what the 3 that was. I thought the referee blew the whistle, but I think this is the way NCCU will just finish it off. The shot clock is off, so I think they will say, as they say in Chinese Cantonese, Gao Tim, mission accomplished. A big, big win for NCCU as they defeat the Nippon Sports Science University from Japan, 96-73. They were the better team. In the first quarter, it was quite even, but after that, lights out shooting, great rim protection, great half court and full court press, and setting the traps all over the park to force Nippon Sports Science University to making some mistakes. And they tried really, really hard, Nippon Sports Science University, but their opponent today was, no disrespect, much, much superior. You know, but both teams gave us great basketball content, and thank you so much for that. And our social media team will be editing this footage with much, much joy. Final score, NCCU 96, Nippon Sports Science University 73. And, well, the scoreboard really tells the story, but the stats are the stats. And Taylor, do you want to have your opinion about the numbers?
Well, I would say, I mean, obviously the 3-point percentages it makes a huge difference in this game, but I gotta say it was the third quarter that really blew things up for NCCU over the Nippon Sports Science University Lions. So the third quarter was really the whole point of this game and how Zhenzi got the win.
15 points that they scored, 15 3-pointers, so that was huge, that was massive, chalking up production, 45 points from the outside, so you gotta be super, super happy with that. So our MC Frank is gonna announce the player of the game. Who's your shout? Taylor is definitely an NCCU player.
You know what, I probably might be Xiao Song, number 10.
The player of the game goes to number 15. The Monster Bobacar.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's interesting.
Let's see, Bobacar's stats that makes him player of the game. Well, that's going to be, he's got 20 points and 19 rebounds, so for a good reason. And he's also got 3 assists.
So the double-double, yeah? So, okay, that sort of tilted him over the index line. Okay, that makes sense. You know, wow, 19 rebounds.
Yeah.
I knew he rebounded well, but didn't expect him to, Wow, that was because I know. I mean,
Yeah.
he played most of the game as the main big, but wow, 19 rebounds. Well done to him. He's a nice guy. He's a really, really friendly chap and a very respectful man. So, I mean, full credit to him, and I'm sure today would have lifted his confidence.
Yeah, absolutely.
观众朋友们，您正在收看的是亚洲大学生篮球联赛的比赛直播。站在我身边的是刚刚拿到夸克本场比赛最佳球员奖的，来自政治大学的50号球员。Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching AUBL. Now standing beside me is with the double performance in the games, number 50. Yeah, and. Congratulations, 2 consecutive winning. Now at the number 1 in Group D, advanced to the quarterfinal. How do you feel right now?
Like, I feel good, though. I feel good. And, like, yeah, we just got to keep going, like, focus on the next one. Yeah, and hopefully, like, we win the championship. That's our own goal today. Yep.
连续的2场比赛获胜，他们呢以 D 组小组第1的成绩晋级到了8强赛。刚刚球员告诉我说，我们接下来的目标就是打好接下来的比赛，希望我们可以拿到 AUBL 比赛的冠军。相信呢，很多球迷们都是通过夸克了解到 AUBL， 了解到这么多优秀的球队和球员们。那么接下来问问他有什么话想要对支持他们的球迷说的 ？Is there any message you want to share? You want to send to the fans?
I mean, like, I just want to say the fans, like, and, like, I just want to say thank you so much, like, the facts they've been sharing for us. And, like, I just trying to tell them, like, yeah, our team, we just keep going, trying to make them excited and make them happy, yeah, as soon as possible.
他想要告诉所有支持他的球迷们，谢谢你们的支持，我们会继续努力，希望可以在接下来的表现中有更好的表现。Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And one more thing, I want to shout out to my team, to NCCU. I want to tell them I love them so much, so we got to keep going. And, like, yeah, jayo.
为所有球队里的球员们加油打气，继续越打越好。
96-73. What a big victory. We've had a few big victories in this tournament in the AUBL 2025, but, well, this is the first game of day 3, and fantastic effort and execution by NCCU, Taylor. We have to give them the love and joy that they deserve.
They've definitely improved their game from game 1. I mean, let's just say went from 2.5 hours to, we're going to have a timely schedule today. But I got to say, it's pretty simple. If we look at the rebounds and assists, they just have it way over. They were dominant in those numbers over Nippon Sports Science University.
Now let's talk a little bit about Nippon Sports Science University. They were, they gave it a go, but again, they forgot certain fundamentals of the game, like, pressing and putting some pressure on the NCCU shooters.
Yeah, I mean, they have great talent. I mentioned earlier about their guard rotation, but it was just that Nippon were really just outmatched by Tsinsu University. They were able to adjust from their game one against Etujen. So exciting stuff coming up, though.
Yes, exciting stuff coming up at 2 p.m. You got Hakuo University from Japan taking on the University of Hong Kong, who are going through a little bit of a shift at the moment with certain players coming in, coming out, and that's university basketball for you. But for Taylor Chen and me, Ben Ibrahim, and the broadcast team or the production team of AUBL, thank you very much. We'll see you a little bit later at about 2 p.m. for Game 2 of Day 3 of competition. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you right here at the AUBL Season 2025.
Ball